Hey love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you been watching my videos for a while and have not already, what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. And if you feel like the video truly resonates with you, you know, give a thumbs up and share. You know, let me know where you're watching it from, and if you're comfortable enough, go ahead and, you know, add your, you know, your voice, your views of insight will greatly be appreciated, and give a thumbs up and share. Anybody going through to get to, I'm sending so many beautiful uplifting blessings. You know, we're dealing with a lot of challenging situations right now, and it's like you probably just been through a whole spiritual war hailstorm that you didn't even expect. You constantly keep going through it, and you know, you just like, oh my God, here it comes again. I'm giving you all energy, love, vibrations to get you to where you can you know, continue to still, you know, keep showing up for yourself. Anybody coming in with Decepticon-ass energy, any negative, you know, nefarious energy, whatever you trying to place on me or anybody in the collective, it'll come out for your reality. Just a second, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to get me some water. But anyways, every evil eye go blind, monitoring spirits go deaf, and anything that speaks ill will on your name or anybody else's, it goes to me. Anything that you're wanting for somebody else's life best off of your envy, jealousy, and greed is going to become your, you know, your reality. It's that worse. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, your silence is power. And you, I hope you heard that. It was like my charger was going off. Like, yeah. Your silence is power. There's a lot of things that's really testing you right now, to where it's testing your patience, your belief, and your faith within yourself, and seeing how you're very committed to your purpose. And there's a lot of things that we go through, we don't understand why we have to go through. You know, I'll be looking at God, I'll be like, this is stupid. Why do I got to keep going through this stupid stuff? And it's like, it may be feeling stupid to you, or even maybe redundant, but it'll be like a subliminal that was hidden in that you may not have been able to see before. You know, you could have been all in your emotions, you know, trying to allow yourself to feel the emotion instead of becoming that. You know, we're going through a lot of ascension, kundalini, you know, and then they're very heavy on dark night of the soul. If you're healing any kind of past trauma that you thought that you may have overcome, or you may have set peace with, there's still, you know, it's like, hey, you know, it's just your higher self saying, we're trying to make room for everything that's deserving of us. And for this to be able to happen, we have to be able to let go of the thought of the pain that created, you know, that was in the past, and not knowing this was actually like a pivotal moment, I guess you want to say, of where you're really showing up for yourself in ways that you weren't expecting. You know, it's like you have to expect the unexpected. Whatever signs that you've been getting lately, and it's a repetitive, like phrase, or it's a repetitive, like you keep saying, get ready, or change is coming into your life, you know, expect the unexpected. You know, you're seeing a lot of these different things, whereas in life, where I noticed there's so many people on these social media timelines just really going through stuff. You know, there's a lot of things that's being brought to light. We're seeing this, like, even, you know, within the world, we're seeing a lot of things spotlighted that was so very strategically hidden, to where now it's starting to be projected out. It's like, these are the things that cannot be, you know, in the dark too much anymore. It's like, what doesn't come out in the wash is coming out in the rinse. Whatever's done in the dark is coming to light, and different things is coming, you know, to where if there's any changes that's taking place in your life, you keep that to yourself. Anything that's coming up with an idea that can be very prosperous to you, you keep that to yourself. You know, I've said it before in different videos. you're being guided to change up your routine, you know, especially your personal routine. If there's people that are watching you, you know, and you have this vibe that you're feeling like you're being really, like you're under the microscope right now, especially, you know, if you're dealing with family that are karmics and you're doing something totally different than what they're used to, or, you know, they feel like, oh, I know what she's up to, or I know what he's up to, I know what they're doing, you know. And it'll be, you know, sometimes you know, like I've said before, there'll be different beautiful things that's taking place into your life that you want to be able to share with other people. And I mean, it sounds nice and everything, but you have to understand, not everybody got good intentions for you. You know, it really don't. You see about different things, different accolades and pinnacles that you have reached. And you got people that are really inspired by the changes that's taking place in your life. But you also got a lot of people intimidated by that in the same vibration. You know, I mean, there are going to be people that's going to congratulate you for you showing up for yourself, congratulating you for allowing your light to continue to shine brightly. And it's like you're being, you know, it's like when I see it, I see people being a lighthouse. You know, and you always see that light just goes around, you know, different things is going around like that. And you're being, this person is like, I went through these trials and tribulations. My life was raked across the coals. I had a lot of unfair disadvantages that took place in my life. But I created so much in a powerful way just because I had these different obstacles in my life. You only had something so small that you have created something that's really freaking huge by just little to nothing, you know. And there's a lot of things that's going on in your mind where downloads is coming in, and universe and God saying they're preparing you. You don't know what the hell they're preparing you for. And it's a very scary thing when you're walking in the unknown like that. And even when you're doing something and you're allowing yourself to say, you know, you've been playing safe for a long time. There's difference between playing safe and knowing when to strike when the iron is hot. You know what I'm saying? And there'll be times where you got to go in hermit mode. You got to do deep reflection, you know, allowing yourself to let these emotions come up and become one with those emotions. But you do not become that emotion. There's a lot of things that, you know, that went on in my life that I forgot about. And I'm like, damn, are you trying to throw salt in the program? Because I forgot all about this. Yeah, we know you forgot about it, but you were still holding on to it. You don't need this anymore. You know, it'd be a different thing, like somebody could have hurt you or something like that. And universe way, you know, you got to psych yourself out a lot of times, especially if it could be something very messed up that somebody did to you. And it's just like universe's way of like, hey, you remember when this happened? Yeah. Trust me, they're going to pay for that. You know, it is just like you psyching yourself out. Hey, let me let this go so they can go ahead and get this, you know. But I'm still staying focused on me. But whatever God got intentions for them to be able to do, when they did this and they did that just to hurt me, or, you know, did some things to pull wool over my eyes, let me go ahead and free myself of that. You know. And it's not like you looking forward for people, you know, there's no fun in watching how people suffer. It's not. But there'll be a lot of times where people are just being stupid on purpose. And being stupid on purpose. You know, you trying not to laugh, but it was like, man, I seen that coming a mile away. But, you know, sad that you didn't, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, you keep learning, but you're learning from yourself, but you're learning from a lot of people in your surroundings on what to do and what not to do. Keep evolving. You know, even when, you know, you want to keep ascending, even when it feels like it's holding you in place. You know, it feels like that. It feels very foreign to you right now, that you're seeing things differently, you know. But it was just like through those transitions, it made you very irritated. It can make you rational, you know, irrational, like where you want to go ahead and I don't want to think about that no more. You trying to push it back down. It's like, no, you need to go ahead and release this. You know, it's like different things will come up, and it was just like, you know, I really see where God was protecting me from. You know, be wishing I would have, you know, felt like this about 1,000 years ago. It would have, you know, it would have fixed so many different things. But it's like I can't even regret the timelines on when things hit the way it did. But just being able to allow myself to have the courage to be able to withstand that diversity and adversity that took place in my life. It's not easy. You know, and I tell anybody, when you're one person, they have to have a mob to come after you. You are a powerful person. Because they couldn't take you down one-on-one, even though, you know, that was a fair advantage. Like, you coming with yourself and I, and these people they can't even have the courage enough to do this by themselves. They have to have a gang of folks to do what they are doing to you. And that allows you, you know, that's 1:44 on the clock, and I said that, but these are the different things that you can be able to use as a better benefit for you. You know, you're allowing yourself to move in silence. It's very critical that you do that. And I remember I said that last week to y'all, week before last. It's like anything that's supposed to be new or improved in your life, or you feel like, you know, you're a confident person when you speak, but there'll be certain individuals that make you stumble on your words, or something that's urging you not to speak on these things is too premature right now. When things is at that point, a pivotal moment in your life to where it can't be reversed, it can't be manipulated, it can't be altered in any kind of way. Because, I mean, when I'm telling you, you are showing up and showing out for your ancestors. And, you know, ancestors is like, you looking at some of these people, why couldn't you be like that person? This person is going through all the hell that you know, we keep throwing in their way. But they still trying to find a way to show up for themselves. That's why we're using this person example of something that you need to follow suit with. You know, and there's other people who are just happy being in that low vibration, and it's just like, you know, you got to leave people where they at. You know, everybody has their moment to grow if they choose to, you know, but that's not your duty to do. A lot of times when we feel like in these connections that we love so hard, we got to force somebody to heal. You cannot force nobody to heal. You can't force nobody to change. You know, it'll be anybody, like even when you're dating, you know, and I had to learn that anybody that loves you is going to always find time for you. Nobody going to keep on saying, oh, I forgot. They remember what they want to remember. You know, they didn't put you as a priority. They used you as an option, and they allowed you to feel that way. And it's like now you're starting to draw back. You know, a lot of other times when I always had to make an announcement, but I'm just like, jump to that announcement. Let's get straight to the introduction. But my introduction is silence, you know, and allow myself to get out of routine so people wouldn't be learning my habits. You know, I always switch up, you know, and that's good to do when you're not doing, you know, and it's a lot of times that, you know, if anybody who got OCD, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. You have to have it strategically done like that. When I know I got to be around people that wants to trigger my OCD, you know, that was a practice for me to be able to say, everything that is brought to my attention doesn't always have to have a response or a reaction to it. Just you being silent says so much without really saying anything. I'm on a new grind now. If anything that is trying to get me out of my vibe of growth, out of my boundaries of peace, anything that is not applying towards where I'm trying to take my life is just not compatible to me anymore. So I allow myself to be that. When you see different things that people are trying to place in your life for you to get undistracted, because when people are seeing, they didn't expect you to come as far as you did. The different things that people have placed on you to your life to make you feel like you're not enough, you're not lovable. You know, everybody's seeing the truth within you. You know, all these different things. It had to program you to be able to understand whatever's right for me will always come towards me. You ain't got to chase it, you attract it. You know, I had to be able to learn that all the time. You know, you wanting good things into your life, you had to be able to set it free. You know, when you hold on to different things, and, you know, people try to say, you know, when you hold on to it, you're trying to wonder why your life is falling apart, because you're trying to hold on to different things, or you trying to control things the way you want them to happen, even when it's not destined to happen that way. You see a lot of, you know, a lot of things is, you know, you manipulating timelines. But what's scary when it comes to the dark empaths, you can see how they try to, you know, manipulate timelines. But it's just like, it's weird because it just depends on what the situation, what it is, or whatever. It can't be fooled, you know, in any kind of way. But you're on your purpose, and it's like purpose has challenges to it. It has growth that wasn't expected, you know, knowledge that wasn't expected, you know, transitions that weren't expected. I know I was just watching a reel just a few minutes ago where a woman had a dream of going to her own funeral. And it was just like, what the hell? You going to your own funeral? And she's like, I'm scared. And it was just like, this was a friend of hers before they passed. And, you know, she was like, there's nothing to be scared of. When you have a dream that you're going to your funeral, it's like we're going through a grief period. When you know you have changed tremendously. You know, you may be not, even though you may be hard on yourself and they're telling you not to be like that, but I've done it too, where you feel like, why can't I just get over stuff just like that? Why can I allow myself to be at peace with some of that? You have to understand, when there is a point where something has really scarred you deeply, that it's going to take moments for that. You know, when you know what you've been through, you know what you want to accept from that situation, but there's one thing you should not allow yourself to accept: to stay broken. You know, I had to allow myself to even take that out of my vocabulary. Broken. I make broken look beautiful. No, you're not broken. You know, you just built differently now. You know, it was like that woman was going through her own funeral. You are going through a grief process where you're saying goodbye to that old you. Appreciating and letting yourself soak like a spiritual sponge from all the experiences that you had within the past and the present to prepare you for a future. You know, we had to be able to heal that past, because that past don't need us no more. The future is what's destined. You know, you just use the past as a template to be able to say, you know, I want to heal from these things. I want to overcome these type of obstacles. You know, allow myself to have faith in myself that anything's possible if I learn how to keep my mind to it. But you had to be able to keep that to self, because there's a lot of people that are so curious about you right now. There's a lot of people that are very triggered and intimidated by you, because there's so many different things that they set up for you, and yet they're catching hell for the shit they trapped you for. But you didn't fall for that. You know, you're allowing yourself to, you know, move in silence. Change different choices of what you want to focus on, or what you're trying to, you know, manifest into your life in silence. You know, I know it may be, you know, hard to do when you got best friends, or you got a husband, you got a wife, but a lot of us are not in our perfect match of connections. It don't matter if it's family, baby mama, baby daddy, husband, wife. You know, if this is something like, this is something you had to go through that prepared you for the ultimate of everything that you're deserving of, these are not the people you want to sit up here and tell your business to. It'll be just different things that wouldn't even mean much to you, but it was something you were excited about, and all of a sudden you wonder where, you know, the interest faded away. Or all of a sudden this fell through and you couldn't do it. But just because you had a jealous, envious ass energy that was around you and don't want to see nothing about you that projects any kind of success, any kind of promise, or lucrative, or worth building on. They don't want that for you. So anytime, it's like when you're going through those initial changes and you know, you're getting different messages from your dreams. You know, and them dreams getting very vivid where they're showing you different things. And you keep it to self. Either you got to make a video diary or have a diary where nobody knows where that mess is. And you know, journaling, keeping your thoughts there. But you keeping that to yourself. You know, a lot of times, you know, we got a friend or whatever, and I'm not saying that all your friends or anybody, your family connections, all of them are karmics. That's not what I'm saying. But if there's anybody where you got some beautiful stuff that's taking place and you hit, you know, you send a text message and all of a sudden it failed. Or you about to say something on the phone and all of a sudden the phone disconnect. That's showing you right there. Don't be telling that person nothing. You keep that to yourself. Move in silence. It's better that way. People can't stop what they can't see. You know, people are preparing to place ill will on your life if you allow them to know every nick and cranny you are heading towards. Like I say in my videos, smart people know when to play stupid. Let them feel like you got no clue. Let them feel like whatever they're doing, you know, that's going against you, that's all you focusing on. But when you know this is your purpose, you're going to go through different changes. You're going to go through different obstacles. You're going to have different challenges. There's different times where you're not going to know to go to point A to point B to point D, but you still flowing with it. Even when you don't know what's expected to take place into your life, and these are growth. You know, you experienced so much in the last few years. And I know for a lot of people, you don't call it hell. I mean, you were going through an ultimate spiritual warfare. Still going through it. Because the devil wants you to be stressed out. He wants you all over the place. He wants you to doubt what God has promised you. He wants you to feel like the enemy got the upper hand of your life. But this is at that time, no matter what it looks like, we need to still pull forward. Because a lot of times these things are placed in our lives. It's like right before blessings come in, all of a sudden all hell breaks loose in your life. It just feel like enemies is on you like white on rice. And everything else while you're going through different changes into your life that was truly needed for you to go through. And it's going to be appreciative where you're gonna be into your life and you're going to understand why it had to go God's way and not your way. You know, you had to be able to go through, you know, you built dreams up, but God had a different dream for you. You know, and sometimes it can be confusing and it can be very disappointing. But then when you finally get where you're getting, you're going to understand why you had to go through the things you had to go through. Why you had to be picky about the different things that you allowed into your circle, in your sacred place. You know, different things that you didn't speak on and you stay quiet about. There's a lot of times where your happiness needs to be celebrated privately. What you doing? Oh, I'm just listening to music. You know, I'm just trying to release. No, this, you know, it's your tiny victory because you ain't had negative thoughts to you all day. You know, or the day before, you were forgiving people for the things that they constantly keep playing on you. You know, and I think that's a very powerful thing when you can allow yourself to get out of your feelings and out of your anger, because people see the potential in you. They will laugh in your face and try to tell you that your dreams are too big and it can never happen. Knowing deep in their mind, they know if you really put your mind to it, there's nothing you can't achieve. But they had to be able to place that little vibe of doubt in there just to make sure you wouldn't. But you don't know. You being used as an example to say that you put my child, my chosen, my anointed through all this hell. And they came back stronger than you could ever be. You use them as an example to be able to show you anything is possible if you allow yourself to go through it. It ain't going to be easy. No. You had to go through a lot of things. When you are placed on your purpose, you got to be prepared to be mocked, hated, disliked, and laughed at. You know, you had to be able to do that. But through all that journey, you're leaving all behind the things that are not on that frequency, on that vibration as you anymore. But you're allowing yourself to really look back. And I appreciate the people that slept on me. I appreciate the people that didn't believe in me. And I really appreciated people felt like no matter how hard I tried, my life was always going to be like that. And I always tell people, you got to be careful about the burden, you know, the bridges you burn. You got to be careful about people that you second guess and sleep on, because it was like God be turning somebody's out of the people that was once a nobody, and then be promoting that in front of everybody, and there ain't nothing you can say about it. You know, it's just like he uses people in different ways. Or it's like they feel like if you are really precious to God, he would keep you hidden. No, if he really cared about you, he'll have you hidden in plain sight. And allow people to think whatever they want to think. And then when he's saying time for checkmate and you really about to do a huge announcement, they never seen that coming, because you had to be that thing, that tunnel vision on showing how you can manifest different things, showing how blessed you are, showing yourself and proving to yourself how you really truly learn from the mistakes and the heartaches and pain of your past, to be able to make sure, you know, we should never do this, you know, because a lot of times we hate it when we fail at things, you know, or we have a setback, or it just didn't turn out the way we thought it would. But it's just like, but They want you to be able to see, even if that wasn't where your blessing or your prosperity was coming from, God needs you to see how committed you were to the cause to be able to go that way in the first place. And then it'll open your life up to a whole new existence that you never, there was waiting right there, the wings waiting for you when you get to that pivotal moment. You know, you are at that moment. It's like, okay, this was what we had waiting for you, but you had to go through these. You had to go through every door that I told you to knock on, and nobody opened it for you. But there's going to be proof in the pudding that every door that you went to that people slept on you or did anything that goes against you, by the time you come all the way back in full circle, every door you done knocked on, I'll guarantee you your butt be owning it. Just because of the changes that you went through. And you don't know how God is going to set you up in life. You know, a lot of times we go through so many hurtful things in our lives, and we're really trying to understand how you're going to overcome this, how you're going to heal from this. You know, we really don't know, but we have to just, when we're taking it day by day and just allowing yourself to be, let me just have the strength to deal with anything that's thrown my way today. You know, we can't sit up here and say, hey, God, can you bless me with a stressless day? And next thing you know, all hell done broke loose. You know, I call God and ask him. You know how you just get mad about that? That's how I asked you for a stress-free day and you didn't give it to me. No, you prayed for the wrong thing. What you needed to say, give me strength to deal with whatever comes my way. Because life is going to give you lemons, and, you know, then you're going to have the strength to make lemon meringue, lemon squares, you know, lemon whatever. You're going to be able to produce that within the things that you're doing. And it's just like you're going through these different changes, but it's just like anything that's coming up where you just seen like different things where, you know, where you shouldn't have been talking about something like that. And it could have been with somebody you were really close connected to, but you don't know, you know, people, you know, God and, you know, universe is saying heavy, keep your moves to yourself. The next move you make, it needs to be in silence. Anything that is supposed to be promising to you in your life, you keep that in the secret file. You keep that in there until you making your moves. You playing chess. You ain't playing checkers. So you making these different moves. And then when it's time to develop for it's coming out into the world for your fruition that you manifest, then you can say checkmate. Because it's like a lot of things people like, shh, that is premature. Do not do that. Because people seeing a whole new you they didn't expect. Like, you think it's shocking you the way you done moved. I mean, it's just like, I'll be laughing at people because they feel like they had me figured out. And I'll be laughing at different things like, oh, the old me would have said something. Or the old me would have got mad. But it's just the fact is, I don't let the old me go a long time ago. I'm not even that person. It's like, even who you were 5 minutes ago, I'm not that person. I'm trying to create myself to be better any single time. You know, just be like, oh, it'll be a video that I'm guided to do. And it may have triggered me about something. And then when I seen myself going into that emotion, I said, scratch that. And it could be in a whole 15-20 minute video. You know, I'll sit up here and delete that mess so quick. Like, this is not the vibe I want to be in. I ain't trying to project and deflect towards anybody because I'm going through some stuff. You know, you just understand we go through stuff every day. But it's how we ride the wave with it. You ain't supposed to go against the current. And you're seeing a lot of people going against the current right now. And you can't even say nothing because it's just like they know exactly what they're doing. You know, there's a lot of things that's going around where people trying to cut corners. People trying to manipulate different things to go or do whatever. Or, you know, people may be watching you because they're trying to figure out where can they block blessings at. And I, you know, like I tell anybody, when God's ready to give that to you, no one, and I mean no one can stop what God is doing for you in your life. Nothing is. But I already know this, to say that. When you keep intervening on God's purpose for somebody else's life, you destroying somebody else's life is going to just bring yours down to smithereens. Just because you keep doing stuff like that. There'll be times where I sit up here and keep telling people, every time you keep trying to go against me, it's only making your life more hellish than it already is. Every time you try to set me up for something and I smile. Just because I knew, you know, before I'd be quick in the mouth, you know, and I'll be giving the ops exactly what the freak they wanted. Because they got me out of my character. I don't give my power freely like that. Where even though it's given to me because I feel it, all the different negative things come in, I transmute that, send the BS that you wanted on my reality, and I permanently bind you to that, but I'll keep that energy you sent towards me so I can transmute it and use it for, have good use for it, and just allow myself to keep going towards that. And you'll be a lot of times that you see how people are trying to make obstacles for you. And they don't realize this is a part of your growth anyway. You are speeding up the process to whatever this person or these individuals got good going for them. Just because you got Decepticons that's trying to go making it a living and a purpose to try to keep destroying you is only bringing that manifestation faster. Anytime people are trying to make sure, let me block this, let me block that. When you are so focused on that, you are actually manifesting that for that person. And every time you go against that person, you only making your life worse while you allowing them to glow up, and it'll be just like this. This is you, this is them. So it'll be just like different things you're learning from where people are trying to make your life a living hell. You allow them to keep going, okay? Just, let them stay in their struggle while you moving on to success. It'll be just like those different things where you hear only time certain people see success is when they looking at somebody else doing it. So it is just like when you have it in your mind that no good things can ever come out of you destroying somebody else's life. You're trying to understand, why is my life a living hell when you're doing stuff to other people? This is what happens. That's why it's like, even with my enemies, I don't wish this on them, what they did to me, because I already know they have no kind of capability of doing that, because these are the type of people can dish but cannot take. So I had to be off all those different things. So I had to be quiet on seeing how different things just take place in life. And it's just like, universe will always tell you it's not everything it seems. This was a part of your journey. You having to go through where people are putting roadblocks up for you. And these are ones where you just bulldoze and right against them. It's like, oh, you ain't paying attention to that. I'm staying focused on what I want more in my life than listening to what I don't want. Take that day as an initiative where I can come in a whole day and not allow myself to be put in that emotion of being angry or being in that emotion to where I feel like I got to get back at anybody. Anytime you don't get back and you allow yourself to keep moving, that's the best thing to do. I used to be that person, you go tit, I go tat. You want to go low, I'll go lower. It'd be those things. But now I'm just like, if this energy is not matching what I have, I'm going to leave you exactly where you place that energy at with you. And just keep on moving, because that's not my energy. I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm not going to try to figure you out, because I'm not on that vibe. If anything I do that is just towards me to be able to have that growth into my life and appreciate every obstacle as well as that come up that I had, because these are the different things you're learning from, you're healing from, and you're moving on to bigger and better things. But you had to appreciate every change that you had within yourself. You were enjoying yourself on every season, even when it wasn't feeling enjoyable. When you're on your lowest low, that's not something fun, or you're just trying to heal from things that really disturbed you in your life, where you were just trying to have peace. And you're working more on that, because it's just like, it's not talking bad about anybody, but I see how people move and how they continue to act when they refuse to heal, or they refuse to acknowledge. These are causing more problems to you because you're bleeding on people that didn't cut you. But you just, it'll be just at that point where if you feel in that vibe, you got to pray for that person. Because there'll be different times where, hell, I deflected on people. Even though I did do it. It was normalized for me. But then it was just like, I had to start allowing myself to clean up what I decide to invest in, or what I decide to project out, and all those different things. These are good lessons that I've learned along the way, and appreciate everything that I went through. My ups and my downs. It's like this creating a better you. If everything was good, what would you know what was good for you? What would you know to keep continuing to make better of that? This is going to be prosperous for you later on if you just be consistent with it. We had to have those moments, where life is just not going to hand you exactly what you want. Sometimes it do, but there'll be certain things that has a greater outcome than you imagine or you can even fathom. You know, you had to go through the, you know, the trials and tribulations, the trenches, and, you know, get raked across the coals a couple of times. But you're that phoenix is like, that phoenix is coming out of the fire. And it's just, this is something that's beautiful, because it's just like, if you I mean, I don't even want to say broken looks beautiful, but built on a solid foundation is beautiful. You know, you had to get all the, you know, the things that was no longer serving you, situations that's no longer serving you, the people at the same time. You know, instead of seeing something as a trigger, you see that as a monument of where shit really got real, and that allowed you to move accordingly where you needed to change. When you know that you don't like the circumstances life is, we have to keep reminding ourselves this is only temporary. You know, especially if you know you're doing good and being good about it, good is always going to come out for you. You know, you may have been last time. You know how they say first is last, last is first. You know, now it's your turn for you to be able to come up in life. You went through a lot of things. A lot of people put you through a lot of stuff. To where, I mean, shoot, you probably got a wall up. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Trust issues are mug with me. But it'll be, I had to be in that vibe where I'm saying that everybody coming towards me does not have bad intentions. They do have people out here that have good motives, and they have good intentions by seeing that. They say, I see the potential in you. I want to rock with you. You know, we're learning off of everybody. It's like, you don't learn, you know, you're not just a leader or a teacher, you're a student too. You know, we all learning off of each other. Everybody we have come into contact with is taught us something in life. And it's up to you to be able to figure that out. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I hope you have a blessed, safe week. Be responsible for everything you do. I don't know why I keep on thinking today is Sunday. It's actually Monday. It's throwing me way off. But anyways, you know, I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. Do good, be good. You know, if anybody wants to be generous enough to drop a donation or whatever to the channel, Cash App is there. If you want to be in contact with me, you know, email is there as well. You know, you just, you know, even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positive vibes, words, and frequencies. You know, it can really take somebody, you know, further down. And just because you're doing that from the kindness of your heart, it can take you even further. So please be safe and responsible at every single thing you do. I'm sending love and prayers out to anybody that you're going through difficult moments right now that you don't speak on, that you're really trying to push through, and you're gonna overcome those things. You know, you keep on showing up for yourself. You know, no matter how hard it is, you just keep on doing that. So I hope you have a blessed, safe week. Be responsible for everything you do. Namaste. I say shalom. God bless. Thanks you for the support. Much love. Peace.